Thank you for joining us. This is the dumbest podcast on your desk. My name is Manny McDoucherson.
And I'm Clayton Keck.
And we're here for another week of bullshit. Of whatever this fucking is. We're still trying to figure it out. I don't know if y'all have. I mean, we sure as shit fucking haven't. But you know what it is. Shout out to, oh God, I almost used the wrong name. Shout out to Escape the Paradigm. Paradigm. I don't know.
It's Paradigm. Get over here.
Yeah, you know, you did not have to do that. Thanks for stepping on my toes on that one. Anyway, shout out to Escape the Paradigm for loaning us their music for our intro and outro. Is going to be the same song, just different parts of it. Anyway, so this week, what are we getting into?
Well, you know, I mean, we haven't talked wrestling in a while. Not since that interview.
Dude, honestly, we haven't talked in a while in general.
Oh, that's true, too. But they didn't know that. They weren't here for it.
It's like, yeah.
So I had something for us. I'm going to talk about a wrestler. And honestly, this one's kind of hard for me because he was one of my favorites growing up. I dealt with some similar injuries as him. And anyways,
we're still not sure whether or not if you have CTE in any way, shape, or form. But with the way your attitude is, I mean, who the fuck really knows? It's probably very possible.
Yeah, I mean, and that was another part of what made it hard for me, you know, like thinking about the injuries that I sustained that were pretty similar to his. I mean, he had more years on me with it, but, you know, by far it was kind of hard. But I figured we are going to talk about Chris Benoit,
who I used to call in the very early days Chris Benoit, because I was just that stupid. But by the way, it is going to take everything within me every time you say Benoit for me to not say balls.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I actually pictured you doing that as I was doing this.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I was definitely prepared.
That's so awesomely ridiculous.
Oh, man. All right. Well, you know, I honestly was not sure how to start this off. And then towards the end, I will admit, I kind of rushed it because it was getting too much for me.
I believe it.
But yeah, I just kept in some keynotes. There were so many wrestlers named. I literally named a couple. That was about it. But from what I've seen, you know, throughout his career, he was technically known in the back as a gentle giant. You know, he's a upstanding guy.
Did you say gentle giant?
Yeah, gentle giant. Not genitals giant, but
I did not say that. But thanks for trying to put that in my mouth. How tall was almost said Chris Jericho. How tall was Chris Benoit? I mean, he was a big dude, obviously.
You know, honestly, I don't recall seeing that in there. I actually don't even remember how tall he was, to be honest with you.
I'm going to try to look that up.
I'm not even going to try to say a number and look like a fucking moron because I don't know.
I mean, was he over 6 feet tall? Or was he 6 foot?
I don't want to say a number and then be wrong. I mean, he was a favorite of mine, but I don't remember what he weighed or how tall he was. I don't fucking know. And I don't remember looking it up because I, for whatever reason, didn't think that was important.
Man, some of the names that popped up when I put in Chris. Seriously, you know what? I am not from the UK. Can we really just not do centimeters anymore or meters? Jesus. 5'11", that's still up there.
See, again, I didn't want to be wrong. Did not want to be wrong.
Yeah, he was, man, damn, he was huge.
Yeah.
I forgot how huge he was. Man, when I used to work in the wrestling industry, what was the name of those two that was always with Lita?
Oh, the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. Man, some of the servers, when they were at the I almost said Valpo Civic Center, but I think it was the Valpo University. They did a show out there.
Oh yeah, they did numerous out there. Yeah. I took my little brother to one of them. And yeah.
Man, coming to find out, the Hardy Boys are way bigger in person than they look on TV.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Chris Benoit here. It was like, yeah, he was pretty big, but it just made me think of the Hardy Boys, because when you look at the Hardy Boys on TV, they look muscular, but they don't look like they're as swole as a lot of the wrestlers are. But
I'll say this,
and Big Show is just as big in person as Because he went to the restaurant that I worked at too, but I wasn't a server. And he is just as big in person as you expected him to be.
Nice. But going back to the Hardy Boys, I'm a fan of the Hardy Boys. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, they were the shit.
Oh, yeah. But out of the two, Matt Hardy was always a little chunkier, a little beefier. I don't really recall him being and again, I mean, who am I to fucking talk? I was a fat ass wrestler, so what the fuck, whatever. That's not my point. I'm just saying the way you worded it is semi right.
Definitely, the interview have to come out before this. As much as you called.
Yeah. I know where you're going with it. And if he hears this episode, he's going to appreciate that you pointed that out, because I thought about it after I'd already said it. I'm like, well, now I look like a hypocrite, but hey, fuck it.
I can't stop laughing.
Hey, going into that interview, though, I knew I was being a hypocrite from the start, so let's not get that twisted. I already fucking knew.
Oh, my God. That's absolutely fucking awesome.
Oh, good God.
Shit. All right.
Yeah, so anyways,
moving on.
Chris Benoit. Oh, you missed your cue. Fuck you.
Balls.
Better late than never, I suppose. So, he had, over his career, he had pretty good epic battles with people like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, Kevin Sullivan, who also was a booker at a different company that would book him in matches, and mostly with himself. And I mean, they were epic matches. They were always good, so I could see why. I mean, it was a crowd drawer, but so they knew each other very well throughout his career, which, part of that going to come back around later.
Okay. I was about to say, you're having a hard time reading that, and it's not from your glasses.
I keep saying, man, these things are just for show.
I was talking about because you're going back over it, and with like your injuries and whatnot, it just seemed like you're
I knew where you were going at, but I was trying to change it. Thanks for bringing it back. Love it.
Whoops. Technical difficulties. That's what I get for trying to be a smart ass.
Back to Chris Benoit. There we go. So, he obviously had many, many other great battles with other great wrestlers. Obviously, again, I only mentioned a few. There was a lot more.
Oh, fuck yeah. The great time to be Gen. I'm gonna say Gen Z. Great time to be Gen X and millennial, for real.
And
when it comes to wrestling, anyway.
This is what I was trying to get at the end of the last sentence, but then we got derailed. As usual, it's what happens. It's what's going to always happen.
Welcome to the podcast.
The bottom line is there was a running joke for years, and I wish I would have wrote down the exact company that Kevin Sullivan booked these matches to, because a lot of people eventually said later on that Kevin Sullivan was literally booking his own divorce, which came to fruition years, maybe not even that long ago, long later, at the very least a couple of years, but I didn't get into details on that. Whatever. So in many ways, Sullivan later on was kind of mentioned more. Again, we'll get to that. Benoit was also known to be a fierce competitor.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. I mean...
if you ever seen him, he was always fierce.
And that's one thing that I loved about him, man. Like, he was just always on. He wasn't just a fierce wrestler, like, in the sense you would expect it. There was also the actual technicality to his wrestling. He wouldn't just do the big WWE big spots and this all the time. He would actually take it to submissions and chain wrestling, and it was amazing to watch him go, man.
Oh yes, for sure.
He was known for diving headbutt and submission move called the crippler crossface.
The crippler, oh God.
Yes.
I was sitting here trying to remember the name of that, and I can't even remember how he did it. It's been so fucking
Oh, I know
goddamn
exactly
long.
how to use it. It was actually a move of mine early on in my career. So
Of course it was.
yeah, oh yeah, I told you, man, I was a fan. So in his 22-year career, I have listed there was 22 titles that spanned between WWF/WWE, because let's face it, he was there before the name change. WCW, New Japan Wrestling, and ECW. For those of you who don't know, you're probably not old enough. He was a Triple Crown champion with WCW and WWE, but sadly, Chris Benoit will now forever be known as a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
And not only a murderer, the man that actually killed his wife and his 7-year-old son.
Oh, right, he was 7. I forgot that he was that young.
Before he hung himself. Again, rough because he was one of my favorites. Even when this story came out, I remember absolutely watching this on the news the entire fucking time it was running, which was for at least a week.
Oh yeah, it was a long time.
It was rough. It was rough to watch it then. It was rough to actually get more of the facts because again, the Kevin Sullivan thing will come up, but I actually started hating the man because of what I'm going to be bringing up later. I'll get to it. I keep alluding to it because I want to get to it so bad.
Yeah. There's a YouTube video of, it's only like 4 minutes of Chris Benoit, his last WWE TV appearance.
Yeah. I can't remember what appearance that was.
It says Raw. It looks like it says Raw. I want it. I think it says Raw. WWD EC hashtag ECW. That doesn't look like ECW on the bottom of the screen. Like I want to click it and play it. It almost looked like he was about to do a figure 4 leg lock. I'm like seeing a preview of it. It was like, yo, okay, all right, never mind. No, I was like scrolling through some of his stuff here, and then I saw some videos. Also, what I really didn't know, and again, this is on subject but off subject, I didn't realize he was born a Gemini. Now, of course, back at this time period, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get into like when he died and whatnot later.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't realize I didn't realize he was actually technically still pretty fucking young. He hadn't even hit 50 yet.
Yeah, no, that was a whole nother thing. He was a younger guy. Some of these wrestlers nowadays are dying younger. We just had another one die that was super young, and he was also another one of my favorites.
Yes. You brought that one to my attention.
Yeah, and that one, another hard one, but at least this one didn't involve killing his family.
That's very true. That is always going to be the unfortunate, sad stamp on Chris Benoit.
Oh yeah, because of that stamp, and I'm pretty sure I bring it up later on as well. But
yeah,
because of that stamp that he literally did to himself.
Yeah,
and it's so unfortunate, but he will never be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
They literally cut out a lot of his stuff on the WWE network.
Yep.
I believe the only things that they actually have on him up there is anytime he was champion. I believe that was it. And I could even be mistaken on that. But the last time I checked, that was all. I did see a couple where he was champion. I don't know if they're still on there or not. So, again, I could be wrong. But
yeah,
it's sad. The guy, when it comes to the accolades, he definitely deserves to be there.
Yeah, for sure. That's like saying that Owen Hart doesn't deserve to be there.
No, yeah, no. The whole reason he's not there is his wife won't let him.
For real?
Because she blames them for his death. Yes.
Oh,
which absolutely, I get it.
For sure, they are blamed for his fucking goddamn death.
But they did want to induct him, or I might even have this backwards. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think she
I almost want to look that up, but I'm not gonna.
I'm pretty sure she was against it, but I think the rest of the family wants him to be there, and I think she's the one that's against it, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I want to make it known that I sounded like I knew what I was talking about, then I'm questioning myself. I don't want you guys to think that I'm just making shit up, but there was a story there, and I might be having it backwards, but I'm pretty sure she didn't want him on there.
I don't want your life.
You know, for that 30-second ramble there, I didn't either.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. Like, once it was like Jesus Christ, it was like, yep, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and like I don't want it.
Oh God.
See, now I wish we had the I like it, I love it, I want more of it button, because that would have been so perfect, literally right there. You know what? Thank you.
See, I was going to give you the money, and then I'm like, it was mostly on me anyways, so I'll just give it the car crash.
Oh, we was thinking the same thing at that point in time, because I was going right for it. Oh, shit. I, for real, was going right for the exact same fucking button.
Ooh, that is good stuff. It's good to be back. God damn it. Okay, so... oh, my God. So this basically took over a 3-day period. What I'm about to go over. I can't remember this first day. I should have went over this before. I could be mistaken, but June 22nd, 2007, and that's not the part I was worried about being wrong on. I looked that up. I know about that.
Okay. Literally a month after he turned 40.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't realize the man was a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. And when I saw that, when I was looking up his height, of course, yeah, I just wanted to know what the man's height was, and I'm getting all this other fucking information I didn't ask for, because I'm about to get most of it right now anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't know about most of it, but on top of that, yeah, you might be a Gemini with him. At least you didn't kill your family,
right? And I was also born. Wait, let me do the math. 14 years later.
I mean, that could have made a difference. I mean, I'm also assuming you're not getting hit in the head 30,000 times a week. Probably also was a factor.
Like a million fucking times a goddamn year. Like on the road, what was it, like 300? It was something like 320.
It was like 328 actually.
Yeah, I was like say 320 something some odd days a year, and just out there performing. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. It's going to be a whole another long conversation.
I'm here for it.
Okay. Have you seen the American Gladiators documentary?
I seen they had it. I have not watched it.
I recently watched it about a week ago, and besides being very similar, the big difference is they at first. Oh my God, dude! The remember Joust, like the two pedestals?
Yeah. They're way up in the air. The
original Joust, where they were on platforms, and when they got pushed back to a certain point, the platforms would fall.
Yes, I remember at the trap door. Yeah.
Yes, dude. I have no memory of the early days of fucking American Gladiator, but when I saw this, it was like, okay, I get why y'all were getting so banged up. And then at the same time, there was only like maybe 6 to 8 gladiators. So now I see why when it was years later, there ended up being more. But when the main ones left, because it was Nitro. I can't remember the black dude's name, and I just recently watched this. It was Nitro, Zap, who was my favorite, and I'm pretty sure was a lot of fucking teenagers' favorite at the time. It was them two.
I feel like that was just a peel back on the veil for Mr. Douche.
A little bit, yes. A little bit, yes. You know what? That's the funny thing. Like, as an adult, that's how I realized that I actually do like women with muscles.
Yes,
now, they don't necessarily need to be heavyweight bodybuilders, but I don't mind a woman with muscles. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, it's good to feel secure at night.
Oh, I do.
Well, she's got her muscular arms around.
It's like, oh no, my alarm system is good enough. But when the main 4 or 5 were gone, I realized I'm not watching this show anymore, and it only lasted about 2 or 3 more seasons after that. Yeah. And they were getting super banged up just doing the normal seasons, And then they did a tour. They did like, I can't remember how many fucking days they said, but they did a fucking pretty much all over the fucking country, nationwide fucking tour, and were getting banged up even doing that. So think about being, like they were, celebrities doing the American Gladiator. Think about being a wrestler doing the same thing. And the only difference, there was really only one difference is with the American Gladiators when they were on tour, when they would do an event, it would be like 6 to 10 people in a row doing the same event. So of course, when you first get up there, it'd be like you doing a wrestling show and have to wrestle 10 people in one fucking night.
Right.
So you going out there, you're getting banged up. Like you're up there fresh for the like first couple, which that was something they did in wrestling where like one person would have to like wrestle as many people as possible. When the other person win, then they swap and that other person
it's
have
basically
to go.
like a gauntlet match.
Yeah. So it'd be doing something similar to that, except when you go down, you got to get your ass back up there and fucking get your ass fucking knocked back down again.
Well, I mean, even as a wrestler, there was nights where I literally wrestled like 4 times, in one show. So, I mean, I mean, it gets to you, man.
Oh,
you're already dying after and a lot of people don't realize, man, 5 to 10 minutes in there. And I've gone matches where it was like damn near 45 minutes.
Oh, my God. I'm glad I won that.
But I'm talking like even the matches that are like 5 to 10 minutes, and they tell you got this long, you got to get it done. That might be too much insight, but
well, he meant get her done, but
well, we can just edit that part out. Anyways,
I was gonna say Mrs. Keg was gonna get done, but okay, I guess we are gonna edit this out.
No, I just meant my insight, but yeah, either way.
All right.
So a lot of people don't realize though that the 5-10 minute stretch is pretty fucking exhausting.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you're literally lifting a fucking dude and fucking slamming him on the ground, and you're doing that a couple times, or you're running from one side of the ring to the other, fucking dude, you're doing so much and just
bouncing off the ropes over and over again for like 30 seconds straight, which is pretty much just 30-second sprint cardio, just sprint, run, bounce, sprint, run. Dude, are we going to end this move anytime soon?
No.
They're just like, fuck it, drop kick. I'm sick of this shit.
But no, I mean, that's the point, though. Oh, and going back to the Gladiators, one more point I wanted to point out.
All right.
Did you ever see when Hulk Hogan tried to bring that back?
Yes. Oh, my God.
It was a fucking terrible
Oh, my
show.
God. Hulk Hogan tried to bring it back, and then Robot Chicken made fun of it.
Yes.
By
Yes.
catapulting migrants over the fucking border. Oh, my God.
Oh, damn. Okay, so...
Jesus fucking Christ.
I brought up that Hogan episode, him bringing it back so I can loop it back around to wrestling.
He's like, yes. Like, how far are you now? Is this 3?
At any rate, June 22nd, 2007, Benoit killed his wife, Nancy Benoit.
Balls.
I took advantage of the first time around. Nancy died by asphyxiation. But there were also reports that say Chris may have put his knee into her back so hard that it, in fact, broke her back.
Oh, my God.
And
I don't remember that.
Did a little fracturing to her neck as well.
Oh, no shit.
One report I've seen, but they didn't all say that, so I'm not sure if that's 100% true.
Okay.
But I figured I'd put it in there just in case it was true. So, yeah, I mean, that right there is fucking brutal. I mean, and again, it was what one or two reports said. I put it in here because I wasn't there. I don't know the extent. And I know sometimes there is times they leave out little bits and pieces in the reports. So, there's that too. So who knows? I mean, it could be true. It might be not be true. I don't know. But anyways, it was something I found in there, so I put it in here. So don't fucking shoot me in the forehead over it later. And not you, the people.
All right. I'm glad we got that straightened out.
All right. So, yeah,
I wish I would have thought about that earlier.
Nancy's body was found wrapped in a towel or a blanket. I guess, again, that one has not been firmly confirmed. But also, as a note, there was blood found under her head and a Bible next to her body. But if I remember correctly, I don't think I put it in here, but if I remember correctly, there was blood supposedly found, but they couldn't find a source from the blood, if I remember this accurately.
Okay.
Daniel Benoit also died by asphyxiation with the added bonus of Xanax to sedate him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. What, you think I was going to be next to him or something? Like, he's going to be holding it? Like, look what I got.
Like, somehow, some way, I didn't think that there was, like, what you were going to say after that was going to have some kind of mercy involved. Once you said Xanax, it's like, oh, here we go.
Well,
like, I don't know where this is
I'm
going.
not sure. I'm not sure if it was technically as merciful as you might think.
Well,
but it could be. Again, this is something that was not officially confirmed 100% because they're kind of flip-flopping on that as well.
Right.
Last I seen.
Probably didn't even do a tox screen either.
I think that's how they found out there was Xanax involved, was they did a tox screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, even if that child had half of Xanax, he's out cold. For sure. Out cold.
Yeah, no doubt on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, use that to sedate him. Daniel's death took place on August 23rd, 2007.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, like this was like not all in one day.
Huh.
This was literally like 3 days, like boom, boom, boom. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, I was going to make a stupid joke. Now I don't want to.
So there was internal injuries to the throat, but no exterior bruising. A Bible was found next to his body as well. Also, I don't think I wrote it down, but it was later confirmed that there was actually a knife underneath the bed, under his bed as well. No traces of blood or nothing, but it was still odd that there would be a big kitchen knife underneath this kid's bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going back to Nancy for a moment, when her body was found, she had also been gagged with socks and duct tape. I mean, close.
That was terrible. I couldn't help myself. I'm a terrible human being.
Well,
I say at work all the time, like I am such a child.
So she was gagged with socks and duct tape, and her hands and feet were also bound and tape were later found in the garbage kitchen. Or the kitchen garbage. Wow, did I say that backwards?
You ever been in the kitchen in the garbage? I haven't. I wonder what it's like in there. I bet the food stinks.
You probably aren't wrong there. The sock and tape, and again, this is something that I did put it in here because I found it to be interesting, but not every report I looked at confirmed that on top of all this. But, I mean, again, I feel like there is stuff that gets left out in certain situations, so who knows?
He's famous. Let's not talk about this.
Well, he definitely wasn't there to pay them, so I don't know.
That's true. Well, not that we know of. We don't know what was left in his will.
I mean, yeah, that's also true. Yeah.
It was also terrible. Absolutely terrible.
We're on a roll with that one, man.
Oh, yeah. We're really on a roll in this episode.
Train wreck ahead, boys. Look out. Oh, yeah. There it is. On June 23rd, 2007, around 3:30 p.m., Chavo Guerrero received a voicemail from Benoit stating Nancy and Daniel were sick with food poisoning and that he would be late for that night's show. Guerrero called Benoit back about 12 minutes later, was worried about the tone in his voice, though he was forced to also leave a voicemail because now Benoit's like, hey, fuck you, buddy.
It's like, wait, you calling me back? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, right? That moment passed.
Yeah. It's like, you should have been there 10 minutes ago, motherfucker. It's like, where were you when I needed you?
Who knows? Maybe Chavo set this all in play right then and there. Yeah. At any rate.
Jesus.
Chavo did, in fact, finally talk to Chris, who explained again about the whole food poisoning, and he was trying to change his flight to make it in the morning. But Chavo says his demeanor was still seeming off.
I mean, I would hope my demeanor would be off after, I did that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot on his fucking mind.
It's like, hey, douche, you don't seem normal today. What are you talking about?
Whatever do you mean?
Oh, God, you know something's wrong if I ended up sounding like that. It's like, what are you talking about, buddy? I don't know what you mean. No, I feel fine. No, I feel fine. Yeah, no, everything's good at home. No, I'm good. Yeah, well, thanks for contacting me, buddy.
Oh my God, dude! I really want you to make a phone call on air one of these days and do this fucking voice to call fucking somebody, man.
Call. Hey, did you just say call Subway?
No,
that's what I heard.
I said someone.
Someone. Okay,
we can call Mad
Subway.
Dog Jack. We can call Mad Dog Jack. You just talk to him in that white ass voice. That'll be so fucking funny, dude.
Oh my God. Well, that would be hilarious because calling them from your phone, because I think that's the only way I'm going to get this hookup to work. It's like, hey, what's up, buddy? Like, who is this? Oh, you don't remember me, dude? Like, dude, remember that time we hung out after that fucking party when we got super wasted and ate those mushrooms? It's like, man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Where's Keg at? It's like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about, guy. Like, I'm sorry, dude.
That's actually reminded me of a character from an older show from Comedy Central.
Yes, yeah. That's who I was doing.
Oh yeah. 'Cause, yeah. Hey, guy.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. All right, I never forget this. I can't remember the name of the show. I never forget this. Beer before liquor. Wait, no. Liquor before beer Beer before liquor. Yeah, beer before liquor gets it quicker. Liquor before beer, you like Pam Grier. Never fucking forgot it. Oh my God, dude, I still can't believe I remember that to this day. Dude, I haven't thought about that character or that show in so fucking goddamn long. But it came out today. It came out to play. Gonna learn today. All right.
Okay, we let that go on way too long.
Okay, moving on. This is gonna end up being an hour and a half.
Oh man.
As you know, I don't think so. I think we're good. No, I think we're good.
All right.
Jesus.
So at any rate, the last call Chavo got from him, or in fact, I'm sorry, it was a text, not a call.
El Chavo.
Yeah, Benoit stated that he would be in Houston at 8 a.m. That Sunday morning. Benoit never showed up that Sunday, because in fact, June 24th, 2007. So there were actually 5 text messages sent out on the 24th at like 3:51, 3:58 a.m.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that.
There was a couple before that, a couple after that, but still that was late enough that, anybody would get annoyed with that.
Yep.
From both Chris and Nancy's phones. Which,
oh, no shit.
Yes. 4 of the texts were the Benoit's address, and the 5th text said, the dogs are in the pool area, and the side door of the garage is open.
For some strange reason, I heard you say poor area.
Pool
yeah,
area.
I know. Yeah. I know.
Why did you say it like that?
You know what? I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so
The dogs are poor. Who knew?
they are now.
Oh, dude, by this time, depending on the dogs, they're probably dead now.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, 07. So,
Oh,
yeah.
God, I can't
probably
believe.
not wrong.
Dude, I can't believe I just fucking said that. And I was talking to somebody about when Stella fucking died. Yeah, I know. I still miss that fucking dog.
So early that Sunday morning, Benoit called WWE's talent offices saying him. Yes.
Dude, every time you say his last name, I keep wanting to do it. And
You know what's funny is I didn't even fucking register it.
dude, I keep wanting to do it. And it's just like, I'm really, I'm sorry. I love Archer, but just every time I hear that name, I just want to say balls.
Yeah, you got a little bit longer to go here, so
I'm
might want to start taking advantage of that.
I'm trying not to. It's the funny part. I'm really trying not to.
So he called the talent offices early Sunday morning saying him and Nancy were at the hospital with his son, who was sick, and stated he would be on a later flight for his match. He was set to take on CM Punk that night at Vengeance Night of Champions.
CM Punk ass.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some shit from very recent that, yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm going to have to call Face.
You know me, I'm heel all the way, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, no, Face will let me know if I ask him.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Face.
Anyways,
how low can you go? All right.
he was set to take on Punk for the ECW World Championship that was vacated.
Oh, yeah. I'm having a small memory of this.
Yeah.
It's a very small memory, but I'm having a small memory.
It was a good match, too, man. It really was. Yeah, it would have been a good match is what I meant to say. It would have been a good match. I don't know why I fucking said it like that, because obviously it didn't happen. God damn, what a fucking day. Is this fucking Monday or something, man? I don't even know.
Monday's a holiday.
I know. I'm aware. All right, so yeah, he was set to, take him off for that belt. June 25th, 2007, there was a welfare check sent to the Benoit house because clearly he didn't show up for that fucking match. So now they're like, what the fuck is going on? Nobody could reach him, nothing. So they went to the residence to check on the family, discovered the 3 bodies. Before Benoit...
I'm not going to do it.
Oh, you son of a... What?
Dude, after what you said before that, no. That's just terrible.
I get it. Before Benoit...
Balls. Man, hey.
I gotta give it to you.
That's your own fucking fault. If you would have just kept going the first fucking time and not repeated his name, I would not have done it. But no, you had to repeat his name, so I had to do it.
Oh my God.
Balls. Yep. Because you're about to do it again, weren't you?
He was cremated.
Yep. I knew you were about to do it again. That's why I did a preemptive one. I already know better.
It's like you know me. So he was cremated, but they did test before he was cremated on his brain. And now this is one that's going to be shocking because actually I did not know this for whatever reason until I did this. And again, I followed the case, but I don't remember this name coming up. Former wrestler turned neuroscience scientist Chris Nowinski, who had actually had a match or two with Chris. I seen that look.
Yep. I was waiting for it.
He remembers him being a very tough competitor and this and that, obviously. But he was one of the people that helped, apparently, from what I've seen. He helped on the looking over the brain, Chris's brain. They found that over the course of so many untreated concussions, it had basically turned his brain into like a 96-year-old man's brain with Alzheimer's.
Ooh.
It was not good, clearly.
Oh, obviously not. So it's surprising that he even knew his family's name at that point.
Very true. Very true. I mean, it's crazy. And again, something we alluded to earlier, and I guess more than alluded to, we actually talked about, is the fact that, he'll never be in the Hall of Fame. Again, it saddens me, but I understand it. I 100% get it.
Yeah, but number one, it's not his fault. Well, it kind of is for picking the profession.
I like that you said that because I want to take it back one little step, because Chris Nowinski also said that at some point he had even mentioned it to him and witnessed it numerous times, obviously, and everybody else has too. He was the only one of maybe two wrestlers he ever worked with that would willingly take chair shots to the back of the head.
Oh, God.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been hitting that with some chairs, but never to the back of the head. So I'm sure it still doesn't better anything for me because, again, I mean, I did it for some years,
Yeah. Well, the part where I was getting at where it's not his fault is the part where the concussion's being treated. Because how many times have we watched stunts in WWE, WWF, where there's medics and ambulances and whatnot, but they don't seem to be actually treating anybody for anything. They just seem to just kind of be there just to, like, if somebody just happened to get a broken leg, or like the 3 different times Stone Cold has had his neck broken, and which is still amazing to me that man can still walk to this day.
Yeah.
It's still very fucking amazing.
Also, another one of my favorites.
Oh, I mean, anybody who was around during the time of Stone Cold, and
I wouldn't say anybody. There was a lot of people that didn't like him.
There's like, well, that's because they were fucking prude pieces of shit.
Very true.
Yes,
Very true.
And I don't ever use the word prude.
It was a new one for me to hear. Yes,
like even like that. I wish I would have said hoity-toity.
Oh,
because I still don't understand what hoity-toity really means. But we're not gonna get into that right now.
Well, speaking of saying, you know what? I don't think we use razzle dazzle enough.
Oh well, that's because that belongs to Bert Kreischer now. We can't take razzle dazzle from Bert Kreischer.
Well, I mean, I don't think he trademarked it. Hey, I don't think he trademarked it. It's a fucking saying.
He didn't trademark it, but it belongs to Bert Kreischer now, and it's because of one of his fucking daughters. Have you?
You know what?
This is getting off the subject, but have you seen that stand-up special yet?
I have not. No.
That's because okay, we're not going to get into Netflix.
No.
But man, I really wish I could have you watch that shit before you fucking leave, because the way the story goes is, he was at a school auction with one of his fucking daughters bidding for something.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, kiss my ass with the spoiler alert. This is comedy. You probably fucking seen it on YouTube at some fucking point in time.
As we have established, I have not.
We ain't talking about you. Anyway, moving on. As I was saying before,
I'll give it to you.
Rudely interrupted. So the way the story goes, as I remember it, is he was bidding on something at the school that one of his daughters wanted, and he was like getting her in on it, where he would bid, then some other guy would bid, he would get her to bid, and then when she bid, she like bid over the top, and then the guy still bidded on it, and she looks at him and goes, "Come on, Dad, give him the razzle dazzle." And he's just kind of thinking to himself, just like, man, I'm about to be out over $500 for this fucking goddamn thing, and he still bought it.
Why wouldn't he at that point? Gotta give him that razzle dazzle.
Man, no, you really don't. That's like saying we got to give him the machine, which is still Bert Kreischer.
Well, no, there you go.
Yeah. All right, we're done here. I mean, are we? I don't know.
Ooh, man, but yeah, no, I mean. And that was it. Like I said, towards the end, I obviously rushed it a bit because, honestly, the whole thing was getting to me, man. It was, and I did actually skip over the one thing I wanted to talk about. And at one point, there was rumors circulating that Kevin Sullivan may have been involved in not only the deaths of Chris Benoit, but his family. And truly, those were clearly, put to rest, especially after they scanned his brain and seen all that damage and, seeing that he definitely, in fact, on top of that, did have CTE in a severe, severe case of it, obviously. So, yeah, I was going to mention that sooner. I kind of got a little sidetracked, as usual. But, yeah, no, it was interesting to note because it was early on and there was a lot of talk about it, but he was clearly cleared from it. So, but I mean, overall, it's a shame, man. It really is. Such a talented guy, just out taking good care of himself when it comes to being in the ring. Clearly, I was kind of the same. I mean,
yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. When you're in there, it's a whole nother world, man. It's a whole nother high.
Came out in started wrestling in 85 when I was 4.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even in America yet.
Yeah,
well,
no,
I don't think.
No, he did a lot of stuff in like Japan and.
Yeah, I think that's where it said that he first started.
It's also actually where he met Eddie Guerrero before they actually became friends. Was out in New Japan Wrestling. They wrestled a lot of matches against each other. Pretty epic battles. I've seen some of the older fights from there, and they were good even then. So. At first, didn't actually like each other. On top of that,
oh, I can believe that.
Oh yeah, no,
I can for sure.
No. Benoit straight up said he thought Guerrero was just super cocky and super over the top for no reason, and he just didn't like him. But for whatever reason, I don't know the actual situation where that changed, but I do know the end result was they turned out to be best friends.
Oh no, shit! That was his real name.
What, Chris Benoit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The Pegasus Kid?
Yes, that's who he was wrestling as out in New Japan when he was taking on Eddie Guerrero. Quite a bit out there, actually. And I believe he was the White Dragon, I believe.
The White Dragon, that's awesome.
I could be mistaken on that, but I think it was White Dragon. It was Eddie Guerrero. It's been a little while. But, yeah. Epic matches. They became friends over the years, and then they became really good friends. And they came to a time where they were doing all kinds of shit together because they were always on the road together, So they did a lot together. They were definitely like family towards the end there. And that's another thing too is when Eddie Guerrero died, a lot of people, and I'm included because I definitely feel like they were so close. He was damn near like his brother at this point. It definitely fucked him up. And honestly, I truly don't think he ever got over his best friend dying.
Yeah.
And that definitely did not help the situation that he was already dealing with,
Yeah, that was a weird time because nobody expected Eddie Guerrero to just go down the way he did.
Nope.
Even though I don't have a whole ton of memory of how Eddie Guerrero went down, but it was like one moment he was there, and then the next moment, like literally a week later, he was gone.
Well, maybe down the line, we'll get something going on Eddie Guerrero. We'll figure that all out. I mean, I know bits and pieces, but again, it's always hard to tell 100% if you have the right pieces of information, until you, go in and look at it a little bit more. But for me, was my brief story of Chris Benoit.
Wait, he was a cover athlete in a bunch of wrestling video games? I never realized that.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean it sucks, dude. Again, one of my favorites, and nowadays, even if you were to say, and I don't give a shit, I'm still saying, and he was one of my favorites. But a lot of people take shit when they hear, "Oh, Benoit was one of my favorites." And I understand what he did outside the ring. And on top of that, like leading up to this, he never did anything like that, clearly.
Fuck no. Yeah, fuck no.
So clearly something was wrong. And I don't fully put it on that he 100% was like, fuck my wife and kid, I'm going to fucking kill him. I don't really think it happened like that. You know what I mean? There was just something obviously not right in his head. And,
CTE, which
obviously.
I was just looking at. always forget the definition of CTE, and it was somewhere in this Wikipedia page. I'm trying to get back to it. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy. I can't believe I actually pronounced that right.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to fucking put it in there, because I knew I would not. Definitely wouldn't have.
I mean, you would have got chronic and traumatic, right?
Well, yeah, and I probably would have just left it alone after that. And I'd be like, what does the E stand for? Look it up.
Jesus. Oh, man. Wow. Chris, I was with Chris Benoit balls.
I knew it. As soon as that happened, I knew that's where you were going. Would have been awesome.
Man, for real, we're I feel like that there's a possibility there's something still in there. Actually, it doesn't matter. You like, oh, I know what that is. Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Don't drink, kids.
Or at least.
All right. Well, I mean, I can't say great episode. It was definitely a little bit depressing, which is kind of what we really expected. But, you know.
And on top of it, I also want to point out something that you did slightly point out. But yes, we did go on a hiatus for a little while, so it was a little bit of a shaking the rust off today. This was our first day back recording in like a month and a half.
Yeah, I got to shake the rust off of my Garthok.
Well, that's a whole nother fucking story there.
You know, the sad part is, depending on the age range, ain't nobody going to know what the fuck I'm talking about. And
well,
I'm not going to explain it, except I'm just going to reference a movie at some point, which is not going to be anytime soon.
That's definitely not going to be today.
Oh, for sure. That's not going to be today.
But that is.
Oh, I'm going to edit that out.
In real time.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. I hope it was entertaining. I mean, I definitely learned some new things that I am going to forget before we record this next episode. And I mean, thanks a bunch. You got anything you want to say?
Chris Benoit, huh? Yeah. No, I don't have anything else to say, man. I was just wasting your time and my time. That's it.
All right. We out.